Hey everyone, welcome to the next installment of the standby phase. I want to start this video off with a disclaimer that we already pre-recorded a ban list discussion where we made all of our predictions for this upcoming ban list. We recorded it the day before and then the ban list drops.
I didn't have time to edit the video and get it out, and then the ban list drops. So you'll still see part of the video. Before we discuss the ban list, we went into the Megatons. So we'll have that clip out later this week as well. But for now, we're just going to do a ban list kind of reaction / discussion.
Yeah, in our defense, the ban list was supposed to be no sooner than, was it
October 1st.
October 1st, yeah, and it came out on
yeah,
the 20th.
But that's, yeah. Well,
so we thought we had plenty of time.
I think that just means it will start no longer than the 1st, but...
Yeah, well, either way.
No sooner.
But I want to introduce you guys to Mr. Finley. He is an a-hole. He decides to be in my lap today, and if he barks, I apologize. So, Aaron, is there anything you want to add before we jump into the ban list reaction review?
No. The only thing is that we've kind of talked about this before, but our predictions, mostly Jarrod's, I kind of agreed with them for the most part in the video, but we're pretty close. There was a few things we mentioned in there that were fairly accurate to what we have here. Then there were some other things like Colossus coming back, but that was just a pipe dream.
Everyone was expecting a lot more than what we got.
Oh yeah.
But as far as, like, I made the prediction that Dragoon and Predaplant was not going to be touched, and I was correct about that one. So, but it's pretty common knowledge. I don't know why everyone was saying that one of the two of them was going to get hit anyways, because Konami hasn't reprinted either one. I would think that would be one more thing they want to cash in on before they limit it or ban it or something like that anyway. So yeah. I just want to point out that all the Yu-Gi tubers that we watch, and I'm talking the big ones, they were all wrong on this ban list. Like, none of them were close whatsoever.
Well, and then after they were complaining about, how the ban list was crap.
Yeah. Oh yeah, now everybody's mad, but I'm on the train that I think this was actually a good ban list, because they clearly did not want to hit any one of Tri-Brigade or Drytron directly. Their decks are too new. They indirectly hit both of them to see what's going to happen there. For Drytron, it turns a 4 negate Herald of Ultimateness to a 2 negate, and for Tri-Brigade, I think it just kind of hits their consistency just a little bit, not very much. They're still a one-card starter, so my personal opinion is I think Tri-Brigade is still the best deck of the format, with Drytron being number 2 and possibly Invoke Shell being number 2.
I mean, the big thing is that, like, in the past, the ban lists that we've had, they haven't been great. Compared to what they've done, this is a good ban list. It could be way more, and I would like it to be way more, but they're getting better. So we'll see how the next one goes. But
yeah, I like a diverse format. I want a lot of other stuff to come off of the ban list to raise other decks up. So we didn't get that, but I think we still have a solid, diverse format. Obviously, we're going to see more Tri-Brigade and Drytron than anything else, but I think there's other decks that are still... I think there's quite a few other decks, especially a couple of sleepers like Despia. I think that one should actually be in the meta, tier 2 range.
Yeah.
Maybe even tier 1, to be honest. They have a natural out to Dragoon anyway, so...
Yeah.
So I guess to get started, the first ban card we had is Zodiac Barrage. I kind of mentioned this earlier. We have Literalist support coming on the way, which is the same, for those that don't know, same archetype as the Zodiac stuff. So I think this their objective here is to hit the consistency of Zodiac, which ultimately ends in Zeus anyways.
Yeah.
So I think that's all it is especially Tri-Brigade, they're going to hit you with Zeus every time. Pretty much that's their go-to. Drytron's go-to is Dragoon, while Tri-Brigade is Zeus, and I think both are pretty much the same kind of a pain in the ass to deal with. So I think that was their goal, is just to kind of indirectly hit Zeus with that.
Yeah.
Because that's what Tri-Brigade relies on to get to Zeus. They're still going to do it with Tri-Brigade, or with the Zodiac engine. So still going to be around. You just might not hit it as much. So you see the tail here. I don't know why you're standing up, Mr. Finley. uh, Aaron, do you have anything to add to Zodiac?
No, as far as Zodiac Barrage, I've only played against like the Tri Brigade Zodiac variant a couple times, so I don't know too much about how bad this hurts, but I do know that like I'm sure it's going to hurt their consistency a little bit, but as I don't really have much to add as far as this goes.
Mm-hmm. Since we're on the subject of Tri Brigade, the 10 key got limited to 1.
Yep.
Same thing. It's with 10 key they always they search fractal off of that every time, so that's all it is. So it's you've got 4 copies of fractal instead of 6 now. So again, it's just an indirect kind of hit towards their consistency. The deck is still going to be completely explosive. A lot of people were calling for Revolt to be hit, to either 1 or banned, and I didn't agree with that either. I think Revolt is fine where it is. Most of them only play 1 Revolt anyways, so
Yeah.
to me that was pointless to limit it to 1. But I mean, I guess there's a few builds here and there that run multiples. Yeah, that's pretty much it with Tri Brigade. Drytron, they indirectly hit Eva.
Yep.
So that goes from, I mean, my personal build, I was playing 2 because I like to get 4 negates out of my ultimateness. So, but I don't always do that. Sometimes I would use Beatrice to dump another Drytron to grave first, and then during the draw phase, I'll hit you with Beatrice again. That's what gets the fairies to hand. So again, moves a 4 negate to a 2 negate. I'm still going to rely on Dragoon, so I'm going to have at least 2, possibly 3 fairies in hand when I have ultimateness. So I'll have approximately 3 Omni negates on field. That's if I get Dragoon out, of course. Could be 4. The deck is versatile enough that to me that doesn't bother me because I have the ultimateness engine to go to, or if I know what I'm going up against, I may go to the Drytron engine and play their ritual monsters instead. It all depends on my opponent. So
yeah. Well, as far as Eva goes, they the only time I'm ever up against Drytron is when I'm playing you. So not having that 4 negate ultimateness will be nice because I have decks that can work around 2 or 3, but when you have 4, that's I'm dead in the water. So
yeah,
that'll be nice.
yeah, I get it. So my personal opinion, Drytron is still going to be just as strong, but I mean, now if you're saving an imperm or whatever in your hand, hit the Beatrice that sends or that is going to add the fairies to hand, and that's going to curb. That's going to stop me if I don't have any negates from ultimateness, which is quite possible if you hit me at the right time. I may have Dragoon and nothing else.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why I think Tri Brigade is
still number 1.
Is actually better than Drytron, yes. So that's my personal opinion. A lot of people wanted Imperial Order banned and Drytron monsters banned. Everybody knew that Drytron monsters were not going to be touched.
Or at least they should have known.
They should have known, yeah, exactly. But Imperial Order I don't agree with. It's a one-of card that is not searchable, so if you draw it, you're just lucky, I guess. I mean,
yeah, and the only decks I see play it really now are like Altergeist and maybe like one other control deck, but it's not. I mean, it's not destroying the meta in any sense. So I don't know why they were calling for that.
Yeah, I run it in my side deck with 2 anti-spell fragrance.
Yeah.
It's a really good card, and the only reason why I have it is because I'm typically playing combo decks, and I don't want somebody to hit me with a Dark Ruler No More and or a Lightning Storm, or both, which has happened, which really sucks. But to me, I think it's healthy at 1. I think it needs to stay at 1, and I don't want Imperial Order banned. It helps. Road decks are going to play it too, so I mean, it is what it is. It's a cheap card, so I personally like it.
One more on the limited that we hadn't mentioned yet was Prank Kids Meow Meow Mew.
I was getting there.
Okay.
I was getting to it. I made a list. That was next.
But yeah, that'll be nice for me because usually when we go to locals, there's the one Prank Kids player there, and I'm up against them every time. And I mean, they just go into full combo, go into Battle Butler, and I'm toast. So I'm hoping that this will, mess with their consistency a little bit, and I can work around that a little better.
Yeah, they're still going to hit you with turn one, the same turn one board.
Mm-hmm.
But once you get past, turn one, then they're in trouble after that. So
Yeah.
they're going to have to recycle it, which I guess they can do. But if you know what you're looking for, you can stop them from doing that. And then they basically have no follow-up after that.
Yeah.
So unless they just have a really, really good opening hand, something like that they don't have to rely on it. But that's going to be few and far between.
Yeah.
So that one takes the worst hit out of all this in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Semi-limited.
So Danger Nessie's pretty cool. I'm glad the OCG has that at semi-limited as well. I mean, we're probably not going to see it in anything new except for like Grand Maju decks.
Well, and that's what I was going to ask, is because around the time I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh with you guys, I heard a little bit about like Danger, Dark World decks and stuff, but I never. It was like for a short period of time and then nothing. So I've never messed with this card, never really interacted with it. So like, what? I mean, would it just be the Grand Maju deck people are going to play it in, or is there any other thing that could, bring this into, regular play?
My second thought was Phantom Knights is going to use it.
Okay.
Just helps dump their Phantom Knights in the graveyard, and then they'll draw an extra card off of it. So, other than those two, I can't really think. I guess if you've got like a level 8 spam deck, they might use it in that where they're running more danger cards in it.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's pretty much it. I think honestly it could probably even go to 3 again, and it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
After that, we had Destiny Hero Malicious stayed on the list. I kind of was hoping that would come to 3, but
Yeah, I was too. I don't know why it got semi-limited in the first place. Like, I understand they're trying to, keep it from looping, like the full turn or whatever, but
yeah,
it's not like it was destroying anything.
I think it's
like it wasn't ultra powerful and kicking ass. It was more of a fun deck for people to play.
Yeah. Well, when you think of heroes, yes, but it gets used in other warrior decks. That's the problem.
Well, I mean, since it's a dark, are you thinking like Phantom Knights?
Yeah, they could. It's just to get just an extra body on board. Virtual World uses it now because it's got synergy with its tuners to get a Synchro 9. There's a fly in here that's driving me.
Yeah.
It keeps coming over. I don't know what it is. So actually on that point of Virtual World, this could be the next top deck too. It's always been underrated in my opinion, but now that they've Emergency Teleport came to 2, they will without a doubt use it.
Yeah.
So
you think with maybe evening out some of these other decks and then bringing back Emergency Teleport, we might see Virtual World become one of the top decks? Yes. Probably not beating them out most of the time, but probably, top 3 or 4?
Yeah, I think it'll be in the bare minimum tier 2 range, maybe tier 1, to be honest. Because that's a consistency card for them, and that was the problem that the deck always had, was bricking. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that's just going to do nothing but help them out. A lot of decks can use that now, too, because, I mean, they can just get a tuner on field with that and do Halki Fibrax plays without using their normal summon. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. I think the conspiracy theory here is that in Grand Creators, Emergency Teleport's getting a reprint in it, and they're all predicting that it's the next Collector's Rare. Okay. So I could see that being why, to help sell the set,
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. I don't think it's going to be a bad thing to do that.
Yeah. Well, and then also, I mean, do we have another Psychic deck coming out anytime soon? Like, if Emergency Teleport's coming out in Grand Creators, is one of those new archetype Psychic? Like, is the Punk one? I don't know what that is.
I don't remember. Why don't you look that up?
I'm going to look that up.
Yeah. While you're doing that, I'll mention the Pendulum cards, Double Iris Edition, coming is no longer on the ban list, and then Skulkerbat Joker is now semi-limited. Everyone predicted that because we all knew Electromite wasn't coming back yet. So I don't think that. I mean, yeah, we may see some Pendulum stuff now, but I don't think Pendulum is going to be tier 1 deck or anything like that. Just with these cards.
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead.
Punk is an archetype introduced in deck build pack Grand Creators. They are a psychic type monsters.
There you go.
That's why.
There you go. Yeah. There's I cannot remember the name of the card. There's a synchro engine that's got a psychic monster. I think it's the assault mode stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That has been getting buzz today. I mean, this is what it is. We'll see. But now we know that's definitely it. It's because of Grand Creators.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
I mean, I was already going to be probably getting this archetype anyway. I was either going to go with that or the Exorcisters, but I think I'm going to go with this one instead.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people are pissed off that Maxi didn't come off the list.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so as far as stuff that people wanted or, what we wanted, that card didn't need to come back.
No, hell no.
No. There's
you guys are crazy that wanted that to come back.
And that's something we talked about in the video before that we won't see now. Basically, both of us were not fans of completely banning cards, just like limiting or such to even out the playing field. But there are a few exceptions to the rule.
Yes.
That's one of them.
Yeah, the majority of cards I do not think should be banned.
Yeah.
I think limited is one because I like a diverse format. I like all these decks. I want to be able to play all the decks I want to play. I don't like the idea of Konami and or all the Yugi tubers that agree with this too, that just because a top deck is a top deck, it needs to be hit.
Yeah.
I would rather bring other decks that can compete with it up than just, okay, this is the top deck, this is the second top deck, these two are going to get hit, so nobody can play them anymore. Now we've got these two other decks coming out, assuming that I want you guys to buy, and then those will be the next top decks. You know what I mean? I hate that. That pisses me off.
Yeah.
So yes, I think most cards, with a few exceptions, Maxi, True King of All Calamities, they need to be banned. I agree. To add to that point, Mystic Mine, everybody wants that banned. I think a limited is a better option than just outright ban because, again, this helps out rogue decks. I don't like everyone playing the same 3 or 4 decks, and that's all you play against. I want to be able to take Thunder Dragons to locals. Dagnabbit. I want to be able to take all these other decks and have fun instead of just spending all my money on the next top deck, and do that. So I'm glad that they didn't crush Drytron because my heart would have been broken if it did. I'm actually very happy with them limiting EVA to 1. So I'm going to keep playing that for a while because I just like that deck in general, and I have Thunder Dragon sleeved waiting to go. Actually, I think trap decks are going to be better with Crossout Designator.
Yeah.
Out here too, coming on the horizon. So I'm probably going to keep playing Eldritch Zombie World for quite a bit of time also. So, anything else that you want to add? I think we pretty much covered everything.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of all I had. We talked about quite a bit in the video that we didn't get to upload.
I know. What are the odds the day before?
Yeah, I may still add a little bit of the conversation to the actual podcast episode that'll come up later, but I don't know. We'll see. I don't want to, put all that out there if there's no point.
Yeah, I agree. That about that wraps it up for us. Check out our other videos.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, wherever you get your social media.
Everyone, peace out.
See you later.